What is up, guys? Today I got a call from my dealer and my Surron had arrived. I waited about 3 months, so I was pretty excited. Because I bought this from a dealer, my bike was fully assembled when I arrived, which is nice, so I don't have any unboxing footage. But after test riding it in front of the store, we quickly realized there are many things we need to sort out. The first problem that we faced was the brake sensor. The brake sensor was hindering the throttle response quite a bit, where it was very unpredictable when the bike was gonna go when we pulled the throttle. So that had to be sorted right away. Also, having the 25 kilometers per hour limiter affected how the throttle responded. Before we did any kind of off-roading, we wanted to make sure those two things were taken care of. And while we were there, we got to check out the smaller version of the Light B. But we actually found that on the street, it was much more fun. The wheels are smaller, it's lower, so it's much easier to corner. And then we loaded up and we went straight to the trails. We ended up cutting our ride short because the stock suspension was unbearable. It was so bad. I mean, just look at how much it bottomed out. It's a tiny jump. And the brakes were just terrible compared to my mountain bikes. So after realizing how bad the suspension and the brakes were, I decided to take out the parts from my mountain bike and transfer it to the Surron. To use the fork that I had on my mountain bike, I had to replace the headset because the steer tube on the mountain bike fork was only 155 millimeters. And that was too short, so we had to replace it with the mountain bike headset, which is lower. But if your steer tube is over 165 millimeters, you can still use the stock headset. And as for the brakes, I went with the Formula Cura 4. These are very powerful brakes. As soon as we finished replacing all the parts, my dad had invited his friends over to check out the Surron. Everybody was blown away by the torque that Surron had, and everyone agreed that in a tight trail, it performs extremely well. Now, I was very excited for the Boss Shock, but after test riding it a couple times, I realized even at the maximum air pressure level, which was at around 210 psi, it was still bottoming out. Ideally, I want to change out my fork to a coil shock, but as you know, most modern forks come with air springs instead of coil. My friend said I can try out his fork, which is the Float Fox 40 forks, so I'm just gonna try them out, and if I do like it, I'm gonna probably buy it off him. Alright guys, we just ran into a problem. You see that? That part is touching right there. So I think I'm gonna have to grind down this part so that that doesn't rub. Alright, I've got my metal file here. I'm gonna grind down this tab a little bit. It would have been a lot easier if I did it while the fork was off, but this isn't too bad. Now this used to be a square edge, and now it's smoothed it out like that, so there is no problem anymore. So it's good to go. with the changes that I've made, the bike feels so dialed on the track, also on the trail. The fork feels amazing. I haven't bottomed it out yet. So with the fork and the new brakes, I have all the confidence to go faster, hit anything that comes in my way because I know that the fork will be able to handle it. It almost feels like the Fox 40 was made for this bike. It's that good. The good thing about the Surron is that it has tons of low-end torque. The bad part is there is no high-end torque. So it's really good on a single track like this rather than a wide open track where you need a lot of speed. In a very twisty sections, I feel like the Surron is even faster than my enduro bike. It's very impressive. I think so far the next mod I'm gonna do is a 58 teeth sprocket that will give me more power in the twisty sections. So please subscribe for more videos on that, and I'll see you in the next video.